Welcome to this Executive Explainer. If you're an international investor or an enterprise sizing up your next major growth market, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, I'll be acting as your strategic advisor as we unpack a comprehensive market entry playbook for Bangladesh. We aren't just going to look at the massive high-level opportunities. We're going to break down the actual, on-the-ground operational realities of safely deploying your capital there.
Let's anchor our entire strategy right here with this number. 170 million. That is the population of Bangladesh. To put that into perspective, it's roughly half the entire US population packed into a geographic footprint about the size of Iowa. It is one of the fastest growing economies in all of Asia. And look, this isn't just a head count. It represents a rapidly expanding middle class, an upwardly mobile consumer base, and a highly dynamic labor force. Grasping the sheer scale here is absolutely crucial before we move forward.
Okay, let's dive into the roadmap we'll be following today to ensure a secure market entry. We'll map the opportunity, navigate the risks, introduce your strategic partner, talk about building commercial networks, look at digital expansion, and finally, lock in that long-term success.
Starting off with Section 1, the Bangladesh opportunity. What's really fascinating here is how these macroeconomic indicators actually interact. We already know the population exceeds 170 million, but consider the digital adoption. By early 2026, internet subscribers are projected to hit 128 million, and penetration is already well past the 50% mark. Now, when you combine that incredible connectivity with small and medium enterprises contributing 25 to 30% of the national GDP, you've got incredibly fertile ground for foreign capital and international trade.
Moving to Section 2, navigating risks and understanding those local complexities.
Because, as any seasoned investor knows, that initial enthusiasm has to be paired with rigorous caution. This contrast brilliantly illustrates the core challenge of international expansion. On one hand, you have this massive macro opportunity, a fast-growing economy, a huge middle class, and booming digital commerce. But on the other hand, you have the high-friction local complexities. Things like opaque local regulations, the struggle of identifying trustworthy partners, and incredibly complex due diligence.
These are literally the operational bottlenecks that keep foreign enterprise executives awake at night. You simply cannot just copy and paste a business model from North America or Europe and expect it to work in Dhaka without local translation. You have to maintain compliance with local regulations. You need trustworthy partners to avoid very costly missteps. You have to navigate unique market dynamics, and above all else, you have to conduct proper due diligence before a single dollar is ever wired over.
Which brings us to Section 3, your strategic partner, Trade and Investment Bangladesh, or TNIB. So how do you actually mitigate all those risks? Well, you don't do it alone. TNIB, founded by MD Joynal Abdin, serves as the ultimate bridge between your international capital and the on-the-ground realities of the local market. And the key thing to understand here is that TNIB isn't just some basic advisory firm. They're a complete one-stop business support platform, offering a full ecosystem of local consultancy and trade facilitation. Basically, they handle the end-to-end execution of your market entry strategy.
Here's how that builds out into a comprehensive framework. TNIB operates on a solid 4-pillar strategy: business consultancy, IT services, digital marketing, and specialized professional services. This diversified portfolio maps absolutely perfectly to a foreign investor's journey. They'll take you from your very first market assessment and strategy development all the way through to digital execution and highly specialized market research.
Let's look at Section 4, commercial networks. Building out reliable supply and distribution chains. Moving into the specific execution phase, this is where TNI actually builds out your operational presence on the ground. You can think of these as your critical defensive and offensive plays. On the offensive side, they facilitate buyer-seller matchmaking and handle the recruitment of your dealers and distributors, plugging you right into local supply chains. Defensively, they execute the commercial due diligence and deep market research, ensuring you're only partnering with legitimate, highly capable local entities.
I really want to emphasize this definition of commercial due diligence. It is completely non-negotiable. Whether you're looking to set up manufacturing, import your products, or invest in a local startup, you must evaluate those market conditions, you have to verify your partners, and you need to assess the competition. TNI acts as your boots on the ground to reduce your financial and operational risks long before you finalize any major strategic decisions.
And hey, we don't just have to take a theoretical view on this. Listen to Mostafiza Rahman, the founder and CEO of CanBiz Inc. over in Canada. He noted that TNIB's strategic insight and hands-on support significantly strengthened their local engagement in Bangladesh. This is fantastic, concrete social proof of TNIB's capability to securely and professionally handle complex cross-border business dynamics for their international clients.
Pivoting now to Section 5, Digital Expansion, capturing that online market.
Remember those incredible macroeconomic statistics we looked at earlier? In a market that is rapidly approaching 128 million internet users, digital transformation isn't just a luxury anymore, it's an absolute necessity. Establishing trust with the local Bangladeshi consumer, or even with your local B2B partners, absolutely requires a highly professional, fully localized digital footprint. To actually capture this massive online market share, TNIB deploys their IT and digital marketing pillars. They aren't just giving you advice and walking away. They literally build your digital showrooms. They handle professional website development and ensure its security. They execute localized search engine optimization so you're actually found in local searches. And they run targeted social media marketing, Facebook boosting, and Google Ads campaigns, all backed by deep analytics to measure exactly how you're performing.
Finally, Section 6, Long-Term Success and Ensuring Sustainable Strategic Growth. Because bringing this executive briefing to its ultimate point, market entry is really just step 1. The real question is, what happens in year 2, year 3, and beyond? TNIB remains a long-term partner, providing that ongoing business mentorship and strategic advisory. A lot of businesses face stagnation after their initial growth phases. TNIB helps you adapt your products and restructure your strategies as your local footprint matures. They'll even assist with prospectus and brochure preparation to help you secure future investments or attract new high-level partnerships down the road.
Which leaves us with one final, absolutely critical question for you to consider today. Are you ready to make your strategic move in Asia's fastest-growing economy? The opportunity in Bangladesh is vast, no doubt about it, but the execution requires precision, deep local insight, and a trusted bridge. With a partner like TNIB handling your consultancy, your commercial networking, and your digital expansion, you can enter this market with absolute confidence. Thank you for joining me for this explainer. It's time to take your next strategic step.